Welcome to the Milk and Cookies podcast. This is the super amazing podcast that has absolutely nothing to do with milk and cookies. It has everything to do with the amazing sport of football. I am joined today by my dear friends, Leon, who is down there, and Anthony, who, if I remember correctly, I should point that way. Yeah, I think so. Because it's so pretty. Yeah, anyway, into it. We're just so excited to be here. This is episode number 3 of our weekly podcast. We're going on great. We're feeling great. We're going, man. We're excited to be here again. So let's just get right into it. So this is something that we mentioned, a split between episode 1 and episode 2. The Staff Golfer trade and then the Carson Wentz trade. So what we're going to talk about is, of the 3 quarterbacks, Stafford, Goff, and Wentz, who's going to have the best 2021 season? Why not? Yada, yada, yada. Anyway, let's go into it. Personally, I strongly believe that Matthew Stafford will have the best 2021 season, specifically because of the already weapons that they have on the Rams. Not to say that the Colts and the Lions don't have weapons, but I just think the Rams are more set up in a way that just brings them forward. I mean, the running game with Cam Akers is really good. They still got Cooper Kupp. They're going to have Woods. They're going to have, that super amazing defense. I don't see the Rams going anywhere other than the playoffs. I don't know if it's going to be a deep run, but anything short of at least 10 wins is unheard of. So, all right. Leon, what you got for me?
Hey, for me, out of those QBs, I got Wentz doing the best out of them all. The Colts were one win away from going to the next round in the playoffs with Phillip Rivers. He's not even a scrambler. Wentz can run the ball, and he's definitely going to show people why he should be starting. He's upset, and we're going to see why.
I think my biggest thing about Wentz is that these past couple of years he's been injury-ridden and he just hasn't proved himself. So what's it going to take for Wentz to just kind of pop back up and look like he's, like that rookie season that he had again? Like, what's going to come back?
What's got to come back, man? Hey, he's saying it, but I want to see him put the work in. We'll see. I think Frank is the right coach for him because he coached him in Philadelphia, so that's going to be a big help from him.
I mean, as long as he can stay injury-free, I mean, I think he's going to have a fantastic season. So, all right, Anthony, what do you got?
I'm going to take a high road and take a gamble. I'm going with Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions. But I like being the one that's hypothetical, high optimistic, take my chances. I feel like Jared Goff with the Detroit Lions will lead the Lions to the playoffs this year because you got Jared Goff with the Lions, a whole new system, but he's got to learn that. And it's all going to take a learning process, a new coach also. But I think Detroit's the right environment for him to turn this franchise around. And because Jared Goff's there, when the free agency starts, I believe he's going to attract some players into the draft, into the Detroit Lions free agency. And the Lions are going to be a good team this year.
I got a question for you. Do you think Kenny stays now that they have Jared Goff?
Do I think that Kenny Golladay stays?
Yes.
I think Golladay stays. I think he needed to be surrounded by a quarterback that's proven. And hate to say it, Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff, they're 2 good quarterbacks. And I think Matthew Stafford's an amazing quarterback, but I like Jared Goff in this situation because he's a lot younger, Jared Goff, and I believe that Goff has what it takes to lead this team to playoffs. But do I see them going to the playoffs in the first year? No. I see it going to be maybe year 2 or year 3. It's all a process. You just got to trust the process. Don't expect greatness from year 1. Expect a lot of ups and downs.
Definitely can't.
I mean, for sure, as a Dolphins fan, we know all about the ups and downs, especially these past couple of years. But I mean, that's a very unique standpoint about Goff coming out. I mean, I'm not saying I hope that he fails, so I hope he succeeds, but I mean, we'll see. You never know. So, transitioning to the next thing, we're going to go into another quarterback, the one and only Dak Prescott, who did go down with that nasty injury in Week 5. The big question is this. Dak Prescott is still asking for about $35 million a year. He's still saying that he's all that. But here's the thing. Honestly, I don't think he's worth that. He's not worth $35 million.
No.
Is he worth staying on the Cowboys, which had a horrible season? Could you blame Dak for that? Maybe because of the injury, but he's not going to be a Cowboy at the beginning of 2021.
No.
Absolutely not. There's no way that he's going to come back, especially after average, slightly above average seasons with no defense. If he was in the ballpark of 20 million, then that would be a starting ground to be re-signed back into the Cowboys, but not $35 million. You're asking for almost a fourth of an entire team's cap space just to stay on the team. I mean, that's just my opinion. Anthony, what do you got? You agree?
I don't see Dak being on the Cowboys in 2021. I don't hate me if you want. I see Dak as a one-hit wonder or a bust. He hasn't proven anything to me to say he's this franchise quarterback and he's going to stay with this team for a while. But I do see him signing with another team, and that team might be the Washington football team because they came out today or yesterday, and they expressed saying Alex Smith will not be – they want to move on from Alex Smith. So do you see Dak Prescott going to the Washington football team and taking a chance there? Same division, you still play the Cowboys. It's a possibility, but I just don't see Dak Prescott being on the Cowboys in 2021. He hasn't proven anything to me, saying he's taken them to the playoffs once, but all of that, they've had mediocre seasons. And you have Ezekiel Elliott and you also have Amari Cooper, but they didn't really do much in the past couple of years. That's just me.
No, he won't be going. Dak will not be in Washington. They just signed Taylor, Heineke?
Yeah, Heineke, yeah.
Heineke.
Yeah, signed him to a good contract. He's proved himself. He's been up and down on practice squad. Started at the Vikings. I believe in that man. Dak will not end up in Washington.
That I can agree with. I'm not sure Washington is his landing spot, especially because it's also in the same division. Honestly, Dak is going to go anywhere where the money talks. I don't think he's going to care where. For all he knows, he'll probably go to the Patriots. I hope he does not.
I hope not.
I hope not.
Nice one right there.
Could you see a Dak Prescott trade to the Jets?
No.
Nah.
Not a trade. I don't think anybody's going to be willing to trade any kind of draft capital for a quarterback that they're going to have to pay, in less than a month?
Yeah.
Nobody's going to want exclusive rights to try and give Dak Prescott X amount of money. That's way too much money.
Crazy.
It's too much money. Leon, you got anything else to add besides just Dak Prescott not going to Washington?
Well, some news this week. We got Aaron Jones, potential fit for the Miami Dolphins. As you can see, me and Alex are Miami Dolphin fans. I didn't feel too good about it. I think we have good running backs, Mal Gaskin, and up and forward. We got a running back Ahmad coming up.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Alex?
I don't know. I don't see Aaron. I mean, Aaron Jones is definitely a top 10 back. I'd say I'd rank him 6 or 7. I know. 6 or 7 would probably be the spot where I would put him. I don't see him going anywhere else other than I don't know. I just don't see paying running backs anymore. I just don't see it as being worth it. To me, it's just not a big thing. Nobody's going to want to pay a running back upwards of $10, $15 million a year. Running backs are replaceable. Unless you have a generational talent that doesn't get injured, Saquon Barkley, but he's injury-ridden past 2 years. Nobody's going to pay money for that. So let's probably swerve into most likely Anthony's favorite topic of this week, franchise tagging. Franchise tagging happened on Tuesday. That's when the first day opened, and as we can tell, nobody's been franchise tagged yet. So, Anthony, I'm pretty sure your big name is definitely going to be Chris Godwin. So, I mean, you got to be excited about that, right? I mean, Chris Godwin is a fantastic wide receiver for sure.
100%. Chris Godwin, he's a fantastic receiver. He was a second-round pick out of Penn State. He's just ending on his rookie deal. What I believe, he does take a hometown discount and stays as the franchise tag for this year, as a franchise tag prove-it deal to make sure he goes into the 2022 season as a receiver that is going to be making a lot of money and wants that break-the-bank deal, as some receivers say, or any other player say, but I believe Dak stays in Tampa on a franchise tag, and he is going to be wide receiver number 2 in Tampa next year. I would love to see Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Scotty Miller, possibly Julian Edelman in Tampa, all playing together. That's just me if we have enough money. But
If is the
if,
big key word there.
mhm.
Big.
Oh man, that's like a perfect wonderland right there. But we
I
can.
read an article
Plus,
today about Godwin. He said he's not willing to, he's not playing for the money just to, go lose games. He'd rather stay in Tampa because, they have a foundation and they're winning. He doesn't care about the money.
100%.
So we're looking to see him back with the Bucks next year.
And that's a very rare trait to find in the NFL these days. You do not see many NFL journeymen still sticking with the same team. And the only major players that are still on the same team as if they were drafted on was Rodgers, Wilson, well, not Stafford anymore. Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, that's a
Drew
big
Brees.
one. Drew Brees,
Even
but he's
though-
about to retire. No,
About
Brees was drafted by the Chargers in 02
Oh, yeah, that is true.
and then went to
That's
free agency in 06. But still, I mean, money talks at the end of the day. This league is a business. The NFL is a business.
You could be cut in a matter of seconds.
Exactly. So, all right, last thing of this week's episode is we're going to start our way too early mock draft, at least start 1 through 5 in this episode alone. We'll transition the rest of the 27 picks over the next course of videos. We're going to make it a series. All of our draft stuff is going to be in one area, still on this channel. So without further hesitation, Anthony, you're Jacksonville. You got the first overall pick. Who you selecting?
Clear as day, we're going Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson. Trevor Lawrence is the perfect fit for the Jacksonville Jaguars because he was the youngest quarterback to win a national championship. He's clear as day. He's proven to be a leader. He went into Clemson as a young quarterback in his first year, won a national championship. I believe that he can turn Jacksonville around. And you just hired Urban Meyer as your head coach. Yeah, Urban Meyer's had his ups and downs in college, but I do believe that Urban Meyer will change the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise, and Trevor Lawrence is going to change the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise. And because clear as day, we're going to take Trevor Lawrence. You're going to bring some people you're going to bring players into Jacksonville and have a big splash this offseason.
I mean, we'll see. To be completely honest with you, I don't see Jacksonville doing anything too big in their first year alone, especially with the new head coach, with a new quarterback, with new everything. Give them 6 and 10, 7 and 9 the first year at best and move on. So I guess I get the second pick with the New York Jets, and despite the Jets kind of looking to take a quarterback, I don't see them taking a quarterback. I'm going to take Penei Sewell, offensive tackle out of Oregon. I don't think Sam Darnold is a bust. I feel like I am one of the very few people that still believe that. I think he's been given a bad hand these past 2 years, and give him the best offensive prospect analyzed by anybody ever. I mean, his grade alone is number 1 heading into the draft, higher than anybody that's ever been drafted. So reinforce that line with Mekhi Becton, give him a receiver or two, and see what happens. So, Leon, you have the amazing pleasure of drafting number 3 overall with the Dolphins. Who you taking?
Oh, I'm taking the Heisman winner. I'm taking Devontae Smith.
Let's go.
He proved everybody wrong. And he will prove everybody wrong that he's not just some skinny kid. He's going to show up every game and show everybody he's the best rookie of the year next year. I can see it.
Man, I hope so. That'll be fantastic.
Yes.
All right, Anthony, number 4, Atlanta. Who you got? You got 2 amazing quarterbacks on the board.
Everyone's expecting Atlanta to take Justin Fields out of Ohio State. I'm saying no. I'm taking Zach Wilson out of BYU. Zach Wilson is a proven quarterback that has just shown in college games he's beaten really good teams. His numbers are better than Justin Fields. His completion records are better. His touchdowns to interceptions is so much better. Everything about Zach Wilson is the key future quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. And he's not injury prone. He rarely got hurt in college. Justin Fields was almost didn't even play in the national championship. So I don't see Justin Fields being a perfect fit for the Falcons. I see Zach Wilson to the Atlanta Falcons.
I mean, you never know, especially with the Falcons. They're going to need another quarterback that's going to serve immediately in Fields. Ohio State quarterbacks have not been very dependable in the past decade alone. So, I mean, hey, get the guy from Brigham Young for God knows how long and see what happens. So I'm going to wrap up the final pick of this week's episode. We'll do the rest of the picks, like I said, later on. So, number 5, the Bengals. Look who's still left on the board. Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Micah Parsons. Great names. Is the Bengals going to take any of those guys? No. I'll take Rashawn Slater out of Northwestern offensive tackle. The Bengals have consistently the worst offensive line I have ever seen. It is downright awful. It was worse than the Dolphins' offensive line from last year, not 2020, 2019, which is disgusting. The Bengals, they need offensive talent. The free agency, I mean, other than Corey Linsley, there's not many other big names that you can sign. So I'll take Slater. I know it's a bit of a reach, but they need all the help that they can get on that line. So with that being said, yeah, that wraps up this week's episode for sure. We will definitely be posting much more on the draft over the next couple of weeks, and especially as the draft gets closer, we will definitely be addressing more of that. Just to end things out, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate y'all so much. Keep watching, keep subscribing, keep liking. We love hearing feedback, comments, criticism, everything. You agree with us? Let us know. You disagree with us? Let us know. You want to call one of us stupid because of something? Let us know. Comment sections are always open. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next week, or most likely later.